Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to talk you through my deep clean routine for my kitchen. I'm going to ignore all the basic bits that you know how to do. I'm just going to show you like my hacks and my tips and my tricks that I find quite useful, and since I discovered them it's just made my life a lot easier and things look a lot nicer. So what we do in the household is me and my partner, and what we do is every Sunday we do a big deep clean. He does the duster in, and the other rooms I do the kitchen and the bathroom. We've contemplated getting a cleaner for a while, but we haven't yet. So this is what we do at the moment, just to stay on top of everything. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Hope you enjoy. If you do, or if you've got any other tips, please link them in, leave a comment so I can see them and I can, you know, or other people can see them, whatever, you know, what, you know. I will say for kettles, what I do is, I've actually got my lemons in so I can't show you. I'll boil the kettle like a quarter full, if that. Let that boil, then I'll squeeze like 1 or 2 lemons juices into it. Then I'll leave that 10-20 minutes. Then I'll reboil it, and it just gives it a nice clean freshen, gets all that lime scale off. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Cool. Who the hell would have thought I would be filming a deep clean routine? Seriously, not my mum. Okay, so we have one of these really shiny hobs which are absolute bitch to keep clean, and to be honest I probably wouldn't buy one again. They look nice when they're shiny, but to actually keep them shiny is a pain in the arse. So firstly what I do is I remove these. And what I do is I put them in a sink into a hot, soapy, just very liquid bubble bath. Right. So what I tend to do is I just take a spray, and what I do is I'll spray on top of here, the back wall, and the hob first. So I let the method rub off. This smells bloody amazing. Then once you finish, it makes your room smell all nice. But you can use any antibacterial, and I do this first just so I can get all the initial grease off. I love the Wilco's Fuji apple and apricot wipes. So once I've let that settle on for a little bit, just take a wipe and I just basically give it a little wipe down. Once a month I take the grill off, or when it needs to. If it needs to do more than once a month, then I'll take that off and just spray some elbow grease on it and give it a bit of a wash. Get all the fat off. Taking that same wipe, just going over the hob and getting all that initial fat, grease. And please excuse me, my cleaning clothes, I've got stained pyjama bottoms on. And then what I do is, so Sif is amazing. I also like this pink stuff. Today I'm going to use the pink stuff just because I do the glass door as well. We buy the oven kit and do that like every so often. But to stay on top of it, again, we either use Sif or the pink stuff. I think I kind of prefer the Sif. They're both really good. You can buy this for 99p a pound from B&M. I got mine from Savers. Amazon are ripping people off and doing it for like £8. So you literally take the smallest bit, and then you just want to, I just use my hand, just to smear that over. Now the trick is to start with a little and then always build up if you need more once it's wiped off, because if you put too much on then it's an absolute pain to get it all off, especially because, you know, it's away from the sink. Taking a sponge and just swirling that around. You don't want to use an abrasive pad, because if you use an abrasive pad, like a scourer, you know, the metal silver ones, it will scratch the surface. And then for the oven door, I've got a glass oven door. I take, again, tinsy tiny bit, otherwise it's going to just take forever to come off. And what I do is circular motions, like exactly what I did for the hob. Just go over there. So you can use an abrasive pad, well, a slightly abrasive pad to do this, which I usually do, but I'm just using a basic sponge. And just by giving that glass a clean every week, it just means you're staying on top of it and it doesn't build up. And that's the cleaning that I like. I kind of like that, where you just do a tiny bit to stay on top of it, and then it doesn't build up and it doesn't take ages and become that task that you don't actually want to do. So now that I've done that, I then go in with a couple of wipes. try to use as little as possible because I'm trying to think of the environment. This is to just basically take off any extra product I have left on there. Microfiber cloth, okay? Circular motions, it have to be quite fast, otherwise if the product dries it will dry over smear. So you can always use some Windoline as well on the glass. Apparently a little bit of baby oil even, for the hob, like shiny hobs, gives it that shine. What I like to do is just take a piece of kitchen roll, then go over it, because sometimes that microfiber cloth can leave a little bit of dust. Look how shiny this has came up. This is a scratch. But it's literally like a mirror. Oh, this is interesting angle. So I spritz inside here. Again, just using method, you can use whatever you want. Spritz in here, give it a quick spritz on the outside, inside, then get all around that rim. Again with your wipes. So I would recommend doing this weekly or try and do it at least every other week or something, because then it doesn't build up and then it just gets smelly. So you're taking a wipe and you go inside this rim, and if you haven't done this in a while, brave yourself, it's gonna stink and you're gonna get thicker than this blackness. And this, sometimes if you feel like your washing machine smells or your clothes aren't coming out that clean, probably why. Just finger a little bit. Get inside that rim. Do a quick wipe all over, because everything collects dust. You probably can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going inside here, scrubbing this, because this is where the softener cakes up. It gets a bit grimy. And this should pop off. And then you can just take a wipe or a sponge, just wipe that out. Your soft can get all caked up in here. And yeah, so just doing this on a regular basis keeps it sounding nice and looking nice. So now what I do is I put a dishwasher tablet in. You can use any dishwasher tablet there is. I use just a finished one. Take it out of the packaging, just chuck it into the drum. Then I take some Zoflora. I put a capful into the drum, or you can just do a bit of a splash. Put a couple of capfuls. Into the softener drawer. Then what I do is once I put a couple of capfuls of Zoflora in, put the dishwasher tablet in and a capful in there, I'll just put it on a quick hot wash for roughly about half an hour, whatever your washing machine, quickest one there is. And that just keeps it all nice and clean, gets all the grime out, keeps it smelling nice. Yeah. Then a couple of other little things that I will say. I can't show you this because it's a bit of a pain, but basically for my bin, what I do is take some Zoflora and a wipe, and I'll soak the Zoflora in the wipe, and I'll go over the top of the bin lid, around it, on the inside of the lid, then on the outside of the bin, down it, and then what I'll do is I'll chuck a couple of capfuls of Zoflora into the bin, and I'll leave that to soak. What I usually do is I do this first before I do the rest of the kitchen. So I'll do this outside, I'll take the bin outside, leave that to soak outside. If it's raining when I do it now, I just do it another day. Do the whole kitchen, so it's had time to disinfect and have a little bit of a bath. And then what I'll do is I'll boil the kettle, swirl it around the inside of the bin with lots of Zoflora, soak it, leave that a little bit longer, maybe like 10 minutes or something. Then what I do is I empty it, spray it with the hose pipe, this is why I do it outside, spray it with the hose pipe, get all that Zoflora off, and then I'll leave it to dry either outside or on a mat or old towel next to the radiator. And last but no means least, what I'm going to do is I just spritz the sink, and don't forget to spritz your soap. If I forget to say this in my bathroom tutorial as well, spritz your soap, because when you've touched raw meat or you've touched the bins or whatever it may be, you're going to touch the soap and then you wash your hands. So it's contaminating. So always make sure Running out of this one. It's good job I got another one in the cupboard. Just spray that. Leave it also, let's do its thing, you know, disinfect for a little bit. Make a little bit of sieve. Chuck it in. Then don't forget to go around the tap. I'm just going all over, and this just, you know, only soap, scum or germs. And what I actually do is before I clean my pots, I'm having a dishwasher installed soon, I just cannot wait. I will spritz the sink and rinse that out, because I feel like, I don't know about anybody else, but we chuck spoons in the sink, tea bags in the sink, coffee pods in the sink. So there's all sorts of things, bacteria. So before I clean the pots, I'll just give the sink a quick wipe, a quick spritz, then a quick wipe down, and then that way I feel like it just gets a nice big clean. Again, don't forget to do your soap. At 5 o'clock again. You may need to swap for a cleaner, dry one now. We've got loads of the same. And what we do is we coordinate them. Absolutely love Sip. I cannot believe how amazing it is. It just brings everything up so shiny. Look how shiny it just brings the whole sink up. Okay, so that's how I deep clean the kitchen. So I do it on a weekly basis, these jobs. I do the surfaces, spray them, wipe them down, do the bin, washing machine, sink, oven, all the cupboard doors, fridge door, especially inside the handle, microwave, you know, it's same. What I do to the oven hob and the oven, I do to the microwave, or sometimes if it doesn't really do it, I just spritz it, give it a wipe. So that's what I do on a weekly basis. Then I hoover the floor, then mop the floor. Then, like I've said, daily task, what I do is just spritz them, wipe them down, same with the hob, spritz, wipe down, just keeps on top of it all. Then on a monthly clean, what I do is I do the skirting boards, the door, radiators, do all the more nitty gritty bits. So yeah, I'm just checking my notes that I've wrote, so don't mind me. So that is everything. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. I quite like cleaning it. I don't know why, but I just feel very refreshed and organised and together when my house is looking nice and clean and put together. Next week you will see my bathroom deep clean, and then you'll see my monthly routine clean. So the jobs that just little hacks about the monthly clean, what I do once a month, and then stay on top of the big jobs kind of thing. Okay, that's enough. Everything being information box below. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please subscribe and like if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Doodle pip!